Today, Baba tells us that we should take care to not get tired in this journey of remembrance or pilgrimage of remembrance. Now, you see, why does one get tired? When you keep doing something without any result, then you get tired. But when you are repeatedly doing something and it is not yielding the result that you expect, then you must stop and look at whether you are doing it right. Because any formula, when applied, should get result. But if it is continuously not giving result, then I must look at where I am going wrong. And in the pilgrimage of remembrance, where do we go wrong? Because of which we get tired. So the reason is that you don't consider yourself to be a soul. So without considering yourself to be a soul, without being soul conscious, if you're just trying to remember Baba, then that remembrance will not yield any result. That remembrance will just be a lot of effort. And because of that, you get tired. And that is why the underlining thing today is practice to be soul conscious. Practice that you are a soul. And you see that it is this thing that we don't get right. Yes, so there is so much body consciousness, 63 births of body consciousness, that even when we, if we don't put in enough effort to consider ourselves to be a soul, then soul consciousness doesn't happen. Yes, I remember, there was this one brother and he's a businessman. And some days back he was telling me that one of the consignments that I sent was delayed, and then it made me incur a lot of loss. And then I was so angry and so upset that I shouted badly at the person who was responsible for it. And then he said, after shouting so much, I just, later I thought, okay, where is my knowledge of drama? Or where is my knowledge of, not creating vikarma? And what did I do? Am I even a knowledgeful person? And then he was saying that I had a lot of regret about what I did. And then I told him, that's because your consciousness is still, I'm a businessman. So if you are a businessman, then all you care about is financial loss and gain. And if your consciousness is that, then nobody can change your actions. Whenever there is financial loss and gain situation, loss will make you miserable and upset, and gain will make you happy. Because that is your consciousness. If your consciousness is, I'm a parent, then, you can be very tolerant, you can use all your virtues and powers in every place. But when it comes to your child, you will lose it. You will not remember any knowledge. Somebody hits your child, you cannot say this was drama. You cannot put a full stop to it. Yes, there is no problem in, taking proactive action, but Baba says we react. We don't proactively act. We are not doing something to change it next time. We are reacting towards what happened. We are not able to put a full stop to it in our mind. Why? Because the consciousness is the same. And the law says that you cannot change something with the same consciousness with which it was created. So if our behavior, if any thought, any word, any behavior is rooted in a certain consciousness, and that consciousness is still the same, then you cannot change that thought, word, and behavior. And it is the same with the act of remembrance also. So when you are body conscious, you remember bodies. That is the law. You cannot remember the incorporeal. It doesn't work like that. So Baba says you have to practice a lot that I am a soul. You have to keep your third eye open and just see who you really are. And you see, every consciousness is like a seed, and that seed gives rise to attitudes, emotions, decisions. So the soul is the master of the mind and intellect, and your thoughts, feelings, your attitudes, your decisions, your discernment is all dependent on what consciousness you are in. Yes, your mind and intellect behave as you are. And if I am body conscious, I the soul, then my mind and intellect behave in a very body conscious way. They are always attached to the physical world. They are deciding and discerning accordingly. My sense of gain and loss lies in the physical world if I am body conscious. So Baba says I have to make a lot of effort to see that I am just a soul. And do you understand that I, the soul, have taken 84 births, and the ones you are today so attached to. So just think about this body. You are so attached to this body today. But do you know you have left 84 bodies like this and taken 84 bodies like this? And if you really look at knowledge, this is your worst one. The most depleted one. And look at the kind of attachment you have to it. So do you remember that you had a Satyugi body? For 8 births you were in Satyug, and the body was made of pure fine elements, and 16 celestial degrees. That world is described as 16 celestial degrees full, and it's the body is described as Kanchan Kaya, golden body. And do you know you left 8 of them, and you didn't even shed a tear in that world. So when you were leaving your best body, first one, at that time you were soul conscious, and you didn't shed a tear in leaving that, because you knew that that is an old body and now you're taking a new one. And here you are so attached to this body, which is your 84th one. And just think about how much we are thinking about this body, whereas there is no point in thinking about it. We take bodies, leave bodies according to drama. So just think about how many bodies you have taken and left. Just think about, you're so worried about your husband, your wife, your children, but you have left 84 sets of relationships. Yes, and then today you are so attached to these ones. And then whenever it is time to go, you will again leave them and go. So why just, Baba says, take care of them, but don't make decisions based on attachment. Know that, your attachment to them is not going to make your relationship with them last longer than it is destined to last. Yes, if you make decisions based on Srimad and you are afraid that they would leave you, then you have no sense of how the drama is predestined and how everybody will only leave when they are supposed to leave every cycle. They cannot leave you earlier because you made a decision based on Srimad. Yes, they will leave you if it is their time to leave you. They cannot leave you for doing something so right, taking a decision based on Srimad. So, you see, we are so attached to these bodies, these relationships, and then attainments, your identities, your professional identity, social identity, or religious or national identity. And do you know that you might have played your part in many religions? Yes, so the devotional practices of your religion that you're so attached to, you might have practiced so many other religions in your journey. And you must have, been a devotee in not just Hinduism, but maybe Christianity, maybe Islam, maybe somewhere else. And today you are so attached to these practices. And then nationalities or, things. So just churn over these things. That everything, I'm just a soul on a journey. I don't bring anything with myself. I don't take anything with myself. These are just props that, you are given to play your part, and you're just playing your part. But in the end, it is just you and your stage that matters. And your stage right now needs help. So when you're soul conscious, you know that I am on my own, and I'm not in a very good state right now. And these other stuff, they are just there, they are just temporary. But who is my, who am I really, answerable to, or who am I really with all the time? Myself. And then Baba is helping me. Baba is the only one helping me get back to myself. Baba is the only one who can see me. So just think about, a game where you go invisible, and then there is only one person who can see you and nobody else can see you. Then who is your world in that game? That one person, right? Because you're there, but you are invisible to everybody. And similarly, you, the soul, are invisible to everybody. And you are a soul, and the only one you are visible to is Baba. And the only Baba can see me, only Baba can see my condition, only Baba can help me in my condition. And the only way in which Baba can help me is if I remember him. If I don't remember Baba, even Baba can't help me. So just like, Baba gives the example of when somebody has to take you across, you have to hold his hand. Yes, if you don't know how to swim and then somebody is helping you, cross the water, then you must hold that one. If you don't hold that one, how will that one take you across? So Baba says, I am the only one who can see you. I am the only one who can take you across. And you have to hold me. You have to hold my hand. And how do you do that? By following my Shrimat. And the most important Shrimat is remember me. Baba can't help me if I don't remember him. And this is why Baba says become soul conscious. Look at yourself, see what is your priority. So everything else is fixed in drama. You cannot change your body, you cannot change the bodily relations, you cannot change your context, even if you want to. But this is the time to elevate yourself and think about this knowledge and come to this awareness that I am a soul, and the only time to help myself go back to myself is now. And hold the hand of the one who is taking you across very tightly. And then Baba says, when you remember me, then I will fill you with all the powers, all the virtues that you lost on this journey. But the thing is, you see, when you're body conscious, the same mind and intellect that has to be used in remembering Baba is so busy thinking about matters of the world, which you can't help at all. And you see, people are so busy doing what? Busy remembering all those who they have no control over. Yes, and busy in the pursuit of very temporary happiness also. Temporary happiness, sensual pleasures. This is what people are busy in. And Baba says, you must understand now that these sensual pleasures, they are not going to help you. They are only draining your energy more and more. Yes, they are only draining your energy more and more. And then the way in which you are remembering other people and stuff of the old world, it's not helping you because Baba says that is fixed in the drama. You can think about it, but it's out of your control. So Baba says, you have to remember me. And when you remember me, then you draw into yourself my qualities, my knowledge, my virtues, my powers, and that is how you elevate yourself. And Baba says that is how, and today Baba specifically asks us to remember the ocean of love, Baba. Yes, because when we remember the ocean of love, Baba, then we become full of love. We become very sweet. And also, you see, what is Baba's love? Baba's love is to make us knowledgeful, pure, powerful. So when you remember the ocean of love, Baba, you don't only imbibe or absorb love, but you absorb knowledge, purity, power also. Because that is Baba's love. These gifts are Baba's love. And then what do you become? You become very sweet. And when you become sweet, then you find Baba more sweet. Because when you become sweet, then your intellect works better. And then you know who is actually sweet. You are able to discern who is actually sweet. And you see, these days, yesterday somebody was telling me, I have a very bad sense of people. And I asked them, what do you mean by that? So that person said that I always befriend the wrong person. I always forge a relationship with the wrong person. And then that person who is selfish and self-centered, they betray me. So I told them, that's because you're very body conscious. So they said, what do you mean by that? So I said, you see, when you're body conscious, you are not looking for true attainments. It is a law, you see. When you're body conscious, you are looking for vices. You're looking for temporary attainments. And you will find what you seek. So you will find all those who are vicious and all those who are wrong for you very right. Because you are wrong for yourself, so you will attract those who are wrong for you. And then when you start, when you build this sense of realization that I am a soul and Baba is the only one that I have my heart for or I'm interested in, and you start remembering Baba and you start becoming sweet, then you also have the discernment that everybody around you is vicious. So you don't seek the company of the vicious anymore. Your choices change. Then you also find Baba sweet. Yes, so it is a law that when you are impure, you are attracted to the impure. And when you are pure, you are attracted to the pure. Yes, and so it is said, birds of the same breed flock together. So you will always attract likewise ones. And even if somebody who is pure enters your life, you will reject them because you will attract likewise. So Baba says, when you consciously churn on the fact that you are a soul and try to remember Baba, because remembering Baba will not come naturally. You will have to make effort. And when you remember Baba very consciously and you draw in Baba's qualities, sweetness, then you will also find Baba sweet. And Baba also loves the child who becomes sweet. Baba says, Baba doesn't like only those children who are full of knowledge. Baba loves those children who remember Baba and become sweet. And then Baba today says that all conflicts and arrogance will end when you're soul conscious. Because you see, when you're soul conscious and you are interested in, you are, when you're soul conscious, you know who you are and you behave according to who you are. Just because somebody is showing arrogance, somebody is vicious, somebody is coming into conflict, you don't start participating. Because when you're soul conscious, you have a choice. And Baba says, Baba also talks about the glorification of vices in the world. Yes, you look at the movies we watch today. Who is the hero? The one who is fighting is the hero. Yes, the one who is hurting somebody is the hero. Maybe in the name of revenge, maybe in the name of righteous anger. But who is the hero? The one who is fighting, shouting, screaming, hurting people, killing people. That is the hero. And just think about how our whole intellect has been, wrongly wired in this body conscious world. You think that fighting and killing and hurting are the signs of bravery. Yes, but what is the sign of bravery? The sign of bravery is tolerance. Yes, in Hindi we say Sahan Shakti. The one who can tolerate is actually powerful. But here in this old world, you say the one who can retaliate is powerful. The one who tolerates is, you say they are not in a position, they cannot afford to retaliate. So they are tolerating. If you are tolerating something in this world, then people think that because you cannot afford to retaliate, so you're tolerating. But it is not so. Tolerating or adjusting or maintaining your calm and cool and maintaining your behavior of dignity and royalty in the face of those who hurt, those who squander, those who hurt you or those who do wrong to you, that is the sign of a brave and powerful soul. But Baba says that all these, these things are twisted so much in Kali Yuga. And then those who prepare atomic bombs are given prizes. And if somebody is preparing an equipment of destruction, then you honor them. But that is an equipment of destruction, not an equipment of defense. So, it's given a different name. You say it's defense, but it's not defense, it's destruction. And defense for yourself is destruction of the other. Or, defense for yourself, or, revenge, what you call revenge, or settling scores, or, doing the right thing, or retaliating, that's actually killing and hurting somebody. But we don't understand these things, and Baba makes us look into it. And this is why glorification of weakness, glorification of vices, this happens in the world. And you see, this is a world of advertisement and packaging. Do you know, these days we don't worry about the product, we worry about the packaging. So if the packaging is good, then we assume that the product is good. Similarly, when vices and weakness are packaged in beauty, then you can't even discern that this is anger, this is hurt, this is killing, this is pap karma. Yes, these days you see people are eating and drinking and or engaging in vicious activity, and it is given the name of entertainment and pleasure, and it is given the name of love. And then you can't even discern that this is not love or entertainment, or this is not benefiting anybody. This is just lust, and this is just something that is making you lose yourself gradually. So if you look at the research, the food and the drink and what we watch and everything, that's depleting our energy and taking us towards depression and anxiety. Research is saying that. But then it is packaged so well that you think that, this is entertainment and this is love. So Baba says that this is why only when you're soul conscious, you can see all these things. When you are soul conscious, you know who you were and how purity was your inner strength, and you lived your life with purity, and then slowly, gradually, how you lost your purity. and then how purity is all that matters. And then you know the difference between hurting and responding. You know the difference between weakness and strength. These days, people are glorifying weakness also. Yes. So one thing is accepting the weakness in the other, but another thing is encouraging the weakness in the other. Yes. So you see, if I tell you that, okay, you have this weakness and it's okay, it's not a big deal, but it's a weakness and you should get over from it. And there is a method to overcome it. And second thing is, if I tell you it's a weakness, and no, it's not a weakness, it's normal, and don't get over it. You are this. And embrace yourself in this weak state. That's wrong. But these days what happens is there is a lot of glorification of weaknesses also. Yes, if somebody is, somebody is hopeless from themselves, then instead of igniting that hope in them, you're just telling them that hopelessness is normal and natural, and that other people should be very compassionate about your hopelessness. But that is not true. Yes, I accept you as you are. There is nothing wrong with you, but you can do better. And I have to ignite that flame of hope in you. And if I tell you, no, you are a hopeless person and that's how you're designed and it's okay. That's not true. That's not okay. So you see that, sometimes there are children who come to Baba and then they say, this is my problem and this is my limitation. So I said, this is your limitation right now, but we will help you get over it. And they say, no, everybody is, judging us. No, it's not judgment. There is a difference between judging somebody for who they are and helping them get better than themselves. Not judging doesn't mean not helping somebody get better than themselves. If you think that helping somebody get better than themselves is judging them, no, that is very body conscious. Yes, so if somebody has a weakness right now, that's okay. I have no problem with that. But if they are not working on themselves, then there is a problem. And if you're trying to justify their weakness, that's another problem. And these days people are taking the help of psychology not to better themselves, but to justify their weakness. But no, psychology can help you understand yourself and better yourself. And if psychology is not helping, take spirituality. It will make you understand yourself and better yourself. Don't try to justify your weakness. It is there, but there is a difference between weakness and strength, and a weakness is a weakness. And we must, accept that right now I'm like this and I have the potential to be much better, and I work towards that. Yes, if somebody tells you can't be better than this, then they are judging you. But somebody telling you that you have great potential and you can go towards it, and then somebody telling you're not fast enough, that is not judging you. That is just pushing you to do better. Yes, but this ego will tell you that people should just, not tell me to do better. Yes, ego gets hurt when somebody tries to tell you to do better also. That's what do you say? That's not acceptance or something. That's ego kicking in. So we need to understand all these things, but in the world there is very little understanding of these things. And Baba says, when you are soul conscious, when you remember Baba, then you will have the discernment to understand true from untrue, right from wrong. And you can see how, in Ravan Rajya, everything is packaged so beautifully that you think that the thing contained is beautiful, but it is not. Om Shanti.